All right, welcome back to some historic content, chat. Historic, for those that people haven't been keeping up, is the non-rotating format that got a ranked ladder on Arena here. So your cards from the 4 sets that rotated out on Arena when Eldraine was introduced are all legal here. It honestly kind of speaks volumes to how powerful the current standard format is, that like, if there weren't bannings, most of the cards in this deck are actually legal in the current standard format. So we've got some buddy lands here to make the mana a little bit better. And I've got a couple of Llanowar Elves here at the bottom. But then, you know, outside of these 3 banned cards, the rest of this would be standard legal. So the mana dork split in this deck is something worth talking about. I think that's one of the most interesting parts of this deck and one of the parts we're going to have the most decisions to make. So I'm electing to play 4 Grazer, 4 Goose, and 2 Elves this morning. And the reason for this decision-making process is that there's been a lot of aggressive decks on the ladder. So Grazer is much better against aggressive decks because even if it dies, you still got some ramp out of it. And it just blocks meaningfully against things like red aggro. So Grazer does have the drawback of needing a land to go along with it. So like Grazer plus 2 land doesn't cast a 3-drop on 3. You need Grazer plus 3 lands. Whereas like Elf plus 2 lands or Goose plus 2 lands can cast a Walker on 3. But I think that downside is worth the upside that it has of being better in the aggro matchup. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this. This deck felt like it had an okay aggro matchup when we were playing it in Standard. It's reasonable against Nexus and Field of the Dead, so we'll see if it can hold its own against what people are doing here. Yes, yeah, that's also true. When you go Grazer into Oko, you can Elk the Grazer, and you still got your ramp out of it, which is great. We're still Golgari. Let's fix that. So this hand is hoping for a Goose or an Elf on one. Someone else had suggested a Burrito Middle. That might be one we do. Again, show how many burritos. All right, and then like, you know, this is the decision we talked about a second ago, where if this was an Elf, I'd guaranteed turn 2 Planeswalker, assuming it didn't die. I think I'm supposed to take the Grazer and hope to draw land. We could get punished, though. The Burrito Middle should be tier 3, because then you can afford big burritos. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. Calculated, exactly. People are asking me for my thoughts on the new to historic cards. I haven't, life's been busy and I haven't invested a ton of time brewing outside of things that people have submitted. So, outside of just trying to stay afloat with actual content at the moment, putting in extra Magic time outside of that has been difficult recently. I can't even name all 20 of the cards offhand. Such a skill-based game. Such a skill-based game.
Your new look is enchanting. It seems we've encountered another hurdle on our quest. To know is to triumph.
Next turn gonna be good, chat. Next turn gonna be good.
I fight with a dragon's rage. Your end has arrived.
Here's my planeswalkers. Good luck, Godspeed.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
It's a burrito. Okay. All right.
Listen to them roar.
Oh, I guess this attack kills Sarkhan, huh?
Consume you.
Sure. A little confused. I was like, oh wait, yeah, that makes sense.
My plan is crystallizing.
Let us fight.
Do I want to... I feel like I might want to swap here, huh? Swapping gives my planeswalkers the best chance to live. Yeah, like Scions are ready to ult already. Should take the 1/2? I don't know about that. Questing Beast is pretty medium against aggro. Definitely want Lava Coil and Flame Sweep. Is it just Domri out? I feel like Domri out's probably correct. I'm not even sure that Domri's correct to have in here. This guy, 10 3-mana Planeswalkers might be enough. This guy, he's always been a little bit low quality here just because he's not a threat on his own. It might just be right to, like, put the 4th Wicked Wolf in the main deck and, like, play another Sarkhan or another Mu. Putting other emotes inside of the burrito is great. I'm really glad my buddy recommended doing a 2-parter. Lots of things we get to do as a result of that. Yeah, Mu's been pretty good. Making 4/4s is pretty decent. Sure. I'm actually just going to take the beacon. And gain us some life down the line. Moving on up. Do 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 do. Be do 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 do. Do 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 do. And put the last flame sweep back in the board, the 3rd flame sweep back in the board. Yeah, turn 3 Sarkhan's just like only okay though. Four mana Vivian's felt good to you. I'd believe that. I don't know. 4 mana Vivian, like, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I believe that. Like, 4-mana Vivian has similar problems. 4-mana Vivian has similar problems to 3-mana Domri, and that is not a threat on its own. In the limited amount of Historic I've played so far, I've enjoyed it, but like, new format applies, right? You have Phyrexian Arena to your Black Aristocrats deck in Historic? Maybe? It'd definitely be in the sideboard. It's a great tool for outgrinding the control decks when they're going to bring in sweepers against you. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this on the draw against an unknown. It's kind of appealing because I have all my colors of mana, but I don't think I can keep a once-less, accelerant-less hand. Yeah, and like this hand is fine because it has Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time. Actually, what's the Hypergeo? So math says so 53, 10 dorks, sample size is 6 because we're on the draw. So we are 73.4% to find a mana dork in our first draw step or with this Once Upon a Time activation. Which seems super reasonable. Hey, Doldy, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh, yeah. No, it's 53. We are the 25%, chat. I'm going to go ahead and take the basic forest here. No, it's 53, chat. Because we bottomed a card. But we only have 6 cards in our hand. And I think hands like this are a keep every time. You're going to miss, you know, a quarter of the time, but 75% of the time it ends up working out. So the probabilistically correct play is to keep. I mean, Grazer next turn is still okay. Goose is also still okay, like the food is relevant. I think we're probably pretty done at this point, huh? No, there's 54 cards in our deck, chat. When you bottom a card, there's 54 cards in your deck. So it's still 53. Stop it. Bad chat. Alright, so last time I cut Domri, it's probably right to just like trim him, trim a Royal Scions. Seems good. Correct. They don't really know how to board against us. Yep. Yeah, this is fine. I really love the deeper color on the borderless cards in this patch. Can I ask why Questing Beast comes out? I get that Wolf is better because removal of body, but Questing Beast seems like the... How does Questing Beast seem like removal? Can you explain? I don't think I understand why you think Questing Beast is removal. I have seen the new Fabled Passage animation. It's excellent. It's not similar. It's Death Touch is nothing like removal. In fact. Something I've noticed in Magic, because of resource variance, bad, poorly built, optimized decks can still win in some games because your opponent will not get the resources, where in games like Hearthstone and Mythgard, it becomes a lot more apparent when your deck is bad. Yeah, exactly, Hunox. Moments before the accident. Did you know Flame Sweep doesn't kill your own Gilded Goose? Did all of you at home know that? Because you do now. It gums up the board cleanly too. I disagree with that statement as well. My opponent's archetype has a lot of things that make their creatures bigger. Simply gumming up the board is not good enough here. You have to actually remove their threats because their threats get large. No, I'm making a food with the goose, chat. Stop it. The goose is cooking dinner. And that's why the whys are important. Understanding why you think a card might be good helps explain why it's not. Or sometimes your explanation is good and we're like, yep, let's play that card. I mean, you definitively know this isn't standard. There's Oko in my deck. It could be vintage. Yep. Well, we're on Magic Arena. I also think people are going to, like, assume it's standard for the first little bit because they're not used to anything other than standard being on Arena. So there's that bias there. Sure. This card's a good start. Even without food, Wicked Wolf is pretty good here. They have not talked about banning anything in Historic. That was a great draw. Yeah, I imagine if Veil was banned in Pioneer, it'll be banned in this format. Hey, Torment, thanks for the third of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I mean, to be fair, Marty, I think Veil's a lot more bannable of a card than Oko is. I think Oko is a pretty reasonable threat in higher power level formats and is fine in them. I know a lot of people have been like on the ban Oko everywhere train, but I'm really not personally. Yeah, this is a very clear cut example of Elf. Also, like, Elf on 1, even if it lived, wouldn't have been able to cast the Sky Dancer, right? So, I'm actually going to make a 4-4, play a Grazer, have Oko make the Grazer a 3-3. And then that way I can make food before I start playing out these wolves. Yeah, I don't know what my opponent kept this game. I'm just like a bunch more removal spells. They Noxious Grasp my Grazer. Well, so I assume that means Oko's about to die next turn, right? I assume that must mean... Yeah, they must have just boarded into, like, this super interactive deck. There's no way we untap with Oko, right? After they just killed the Grazer. I'm so confused.
And all your cares are gone.
Yeah. Yeah, Mu shrinking creatures makes it easier for Oko to steal. So Mu with Oko lets you take up to 5 power creatures. Maybe they had this and they were just like hoping to draw land for it. Yeah, they're super dead. Yeah, the art on the elemental bird is very, very good. Agree. Gosh, chat, are we gonna hit Mythic this month? Are we gonna be a Mythic gamer? I'm so excited. Both of my favorite standard decks from the last little bit seem like they're playable here. We're gonna put a historic page up on my website this weekend. It's gonna have Yarok Field and Temur Oko. Yeah, I think that's possible. They didn't realize they couldn't cast their card. So if I was on the draw, I would mulligan this hand. But I think on the play, I can keep it because I have Beacon with both of these. Miss Bits, thank you for the tier 3 resub. I really appreciate that generosity. Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I am slightly worried that we're eventually getting to the point where there's too many pages on my website, though. Navigation on the website's becoming more of a bear. I'm gonna have to add a historic drop down to the videos tab as well. Well, I don't have a legacy section. There never was a legacy section. Hey, look at that. An elk. I think I'm just making a 3-3. I think I want to get some power on the board from this, should they have a Murderous Rider next turn.
Let's broaden your existence.
Notice that you don't have Infect anywhere in your modern decks, not among the good ones. The promising memes are nowhere. Do you not like it, or was it was basically never played Frost Otter? You can dig back into my YouTube channel to see everything I've ever played, but I don't believe we've played that in recent memory. Maybe I was supposed to lead on Yanling there to try and bait Murderous Rider. Hey, Legranster, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia.
Bow to the howling wind.
So if we draw a land next turn and all of our lands are untapped this build, we can play Sarkhan. Alright, now we probably need to Wicked Wolf. Priest of the Forgotten Gods is really scary. How come that 3-mana walker dies to Fry? Asking the real questions. I think the odds of them having a 2-mana removal spell game 1 are low here. Post board, I'd be a little worried about Noxious Grass, but I guess they could have Cast Down. Is Thought-Knot Seer good in Pioneer? It's okay. We played Blue-Green Eldrazi. That's played that card. That's okay there. Definitely just want to make 4/4s. Love the artwork on this token. Rekindling Phoenix plus Rankle is a combo. Gosh, that sounds hot. There's a lot of neat things in this format. I'm actually really interested to see whether or not Historic or Standard gets more deck submissions moving forward. I honestly would not be surprised if we get more Historic then. In my experience, non-rotating formats in Magic tend to be a lot more popular than rotating ones. And Standards just had more submissions because Standards on Arena. But now that we have a non-rotating format on Arena, it begs the question. Yeah, I agree. For people that weren't familiar with my content before Arena started, I hit full-time streaming, basically only streaming Modern on Magic Online. I probably should have plussed this on Ayara before I attacked. Explore package with Soul Sisters is amazing. That's a good thought. I have a Soul Sisters build around in the Historic queue. We'll probably involve that. Yeah, I mean, like, our deck, one of the things I kept having to tell people over and over again last Standard season was people kept trying to treat this deck like it was a mid-range deck. This deck is an aggro deck. Like, this deck puts a lot of power into play very quickly. Like, all of these Planeswalkers are fairly aggressive. So they've got double oven with the cat and the first of the Lockwain here. So they're at 6 higher than it reads on TV. I did. We actually went through, we did a little bit of Mythgard yesterday, and at the end of it, we went through all the balance changes that they had posted. Hey, Aaron, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I actually want to be able to make and eat a food this turn. They made a puzzle importer for people to share. I mean, like, but I'm about to win this even without trample, right, Wargy? So, like, why is that necessary?
Beauty in the ordinary.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave myself the ability to make and eat a food here. Yeah, 4/4 flyers are good. Who knew? So this is 2, 4, 6. So that's fine. We have 18 greens. We have this deck can cast triple green. We have 20 green sources, including the beacons. We have 18 green lands plus 2 beacons. We are a base green deck. So I don't believe they can get above 16 here. They can currently get up to 12, which leaves them dead to these. That one's pretty good here too.
To the skies.
What is your quest? I seek the face. Veil of Summer and Lava Coil are great. I think I again just cut Questing Beast. This is for the field, the Nexus, and the control matchups against aggro. I want to just be a little bit interactive and pull my curve down a smidge. I think because I'm cutting creatures and bringing in these non-creature spells, I'm going to trim a couple of once as the other 2 cards here. Questing Beast is removal. The opponent was removed. Lol. Cause it's a sneaper keeper, do 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 do, sneep papa keep papa, do 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 do, do 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 do. Oh, don't mind if it does. I think I just want the guaranteed extra land here. I already have a goose. And then I think I actually wait till 4 to play the Oko here because I want to hold up Veil. Well, shoot. Opponent had to go and interact with us. Just waiting on a bomb diggity. Waiting on a bomb diggity, chap. Ah, money boy. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for putting mine this month with that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. This deck speaks to me on a primal level. I'm so happy that we get to play Temur Oko again. I was so sad when they banned Field of the Dead. Historic's the droid I've been waiting for, chat. It's the droid I've been waiting for. I'm gonna hang on to Yield Wicked Wolf till they play something that I want to kill. We're also gonna hold at least one land in our hand because we want to have something to discard to Scion should we draw it. Yeah, but Pioneer's not, Pioneer's not pretty on Moto, and the format feels different. We're a mythic gamer, chat. We're a mythic gamer. Get that professionalism. We are 1. We made it to Mythic playing viewer-submitted decks. Oh. YOLO Swaggins. I wish upon a star to wake up where the wild things are behind you. All right. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Easy game, easy life. Nothing but net, chat. At this point, I basically just asked for timeouts. Listen, we aim to please. We time out because we care. Nexus of Fate. Definitely want to lead on Royal Scions here. Want to get them ticking up towards Ultimate. Looking for a land. Don't really need a Wicked Wolf. Nothing but net, chat. I didn't keep a one-lander. You kept a one-lander. Man, who's ready to Questing Beast a Nexus player? I know I am. Shimmer, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do. I want to do 2 extra and I want to keep looting. I think with the land drone I want to keep looting. What is your quest? Oh, you seek the face. Seeketh the face you shall. And even if they Tameo and plus next turn, Royal Scions lets Questing Beast kill the Tameo, which is sick.
Learn what nobody yet knows.
I think I'd actually rather have the land than the Once Upon a Time here. I already have Questing Beast in play, and Nexus is pretty unlikely to take Questing Beast off the table. It's possible this deck wants some disenchants to the 75s. Like, I don't currently have any Thrashing Brontodons. I have 2 Aether Gust and 4 Disdainful Stroke that's going to come out of the sideboard, and we'll see how that feels here. Hey, Chris Elfie, thanks for the 7 months. Yeah, Brazen Borrower is a card they could reasonably have. Would you ever sing every card cast from either you or your opponent for the rest of the stream? Sing it? Probably not.
Let us plan for the trials ahead.
Do not challenge the raging river. Maybe I'm supposed to +2 there, so that way I can kill with Scion's ult next turn. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to +2 there and kill with Scion's ult. It's probably the better line. Fae of Wishes. That's a neat one. Fable Passage animation. Woo! The mystical swirlings over their deck too. So good. Yeah, they are both upticks. I'm saying I should have used the other uptick. I should have used, sorry. So I get to the ult either way. But if I would have done 2 extra damage here, Questing Beast plus the ult would be lethal next turn. So currently Questing Beast plus Scion Ultimate are not lethal. They would be lethal if I had given +2 attack last turn. So I've given them an extra turn because of my sequencing. Essentially. Sarkhan is lethal. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. Easy game, easy life. Easy. See, I didn't cast the Once Upon a Time because I knew the Sarkhan was there. Elected to leave that one where it was because I knew Sarkhan was coming. All right. What are my other 2 cuts? Glandio is pre-recorded in front of a live studio audience. Yep. Just trim the edges. Seems good. This is a no justice stream, chat. If you want to see someone else get punished promptly for their mistakes, I recommend watching someone else. If you didn't catch it yesterday and you're someone that's been watching my content for a little bit and you enjoyed Yarok Field in Standard, we played Yarok Field in Historic yesterday, and it also felt great. So, I'm going to be putting updated pages for Yarok Field and Temur on a new Historic page on my website this weekend. Probably not today because I'm planning to do a longer stream today. Probably Saturday or Sunday I'll get to that. Trilobite! Thanks for the 1.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We don't even need to rewind Standard. Just play Historic. It's great. Just ignore Standard and play Historic. See, when I polled initially for Historic, there was a lot of interest in it. So I'm interested to see if we get what submissions look like. If the viewer numbers and the submission counts justify it, I could see us doing more Historic than Standard on this stream. So, as always, we're going to be metrics driven, and we'll see how it goes. No untapped green on 1 sucks. Alright, just gotta believe I get by with a little help from my friends. Do 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 do. Literally never punish. Listen, this hand was a keep even without the green. How many hours behind the scenes do I work in a week? For every hour I am live, I spend approximately 5 to 15 minutes off stream doing other work. So if I'm live for 40 hours in a week, I probably work, 46 to 50 hours that week. Right back to the top. I would never sleep or see my family if it was a half hour per hour live. I like my kids, they're great. Rude. My goose will let you know what I think about that play. I mean, there's also, like, a certain point where, like, pay just doesn't cut it either. Like, at a certain point, like, you only have a finite amount of time in the world. Humph. That feels good. That feels good. They get to flip search here, though, which is a little scary. I missed the kids' shenanigans in the background. There'll be some cameo from the kids next week. I'm planning to stream Thursday and Friday while the kids are off school, so I'm sure they'll drop in for a bit here and there. I won't be the primary focus on them. I won't be their only caregiver here like the old days, but they'll dip in. There won't be diaper changing. We're done with diapers and pull-ups. God bless potty training. That's the biggest quality of life upgrade you can get as a parent. God bless potty training.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
Oh. School from daycare was the biggest. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. They wished for wilderness reclamation. That's kind of sweet. Think I just make some food.
Surely you must be famished.
Hit your face, kill your Tamio. Private school is half the cost of daycare. Gross. Hey, Pseudo Panda, thanks for the 2 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. I'm gonna stroke the crap out of this wilderness reclamation. I'm leading on stroke as opposed to Aether Gust, because this way if they have a Mystic Dispute or something else to counter my stroke, the Aether Gust can take the reclamation out of play. Whereas if I try to gust it and they counter my gust, the stroke can't take the reclamation off the table. My brother paid something like $36,000 per year per kid for daycare before they were school age. Yeah, vomit. We spend I think it comes out to like $13,000 a year per kid where we're at, which is still a lot. Yeah, ours is a little over $1,000 a month. Am I making 3 3s? I feel like I am. They block it this turn, but next turn I can make a food and then make that one a 3/3 and attack with both. That is a normal daycare rate. They're cheap. There really isn't even cheaper daycare. Like, there's daycares, like, thankfully are one of those things that are just, like, so heavily regulated that you really can't do it on the cheap. I guess there's some home daycares that might be a bit cheaper. I would imagine that that's true. They get breakfast at daycare, which isn't common. Yeah, the daycare we send our kids to has a chef on staff. Yeah, I'd imagine home daycares are high variance. I'd believe that. I mean, I don't really care if they pick this up, I don't think. So, Sarkhan's lethal, Royal Scions are lethal. Arboreal Grazer's not lethal, chat. It's not lethal. So they have Tamio in their bin. So what does Tamio let them do? Tamio gets back Aether Gust for next turn. The Angry Viking coming in hot with the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hooglandia. I appreciate that. I mean, taking the Fae doesn't get across any damage, chat. Why do I care about the Fairy? Why do people keep talking about this Fae like it has text? You know, they don't have any cards in their hand, chat. Stealing the Fae and swing out still means they go to 1. I don't get why y'all... Can someone explain why we want to do something to the Fairy? Why do we care about it instead of just, like, staying lines that are legal plays? Yeah, the stolen Fairy would be summoning sick. Maybe that's the thing people are missing. A lot of threaten effects come with giving it haste. So yeah, so summoning sickness applies when you gain control of a new creature. So maybe that's the key piece people are missing. I honestly, would be kind of surprised if this Temur Oko deck doesn't end up being very reasonable in this format. I would bet this deck has a good Nexus matchup for a lot of the same reasons it had a good Field of the Dead matchup. And it's always been finding its aggro with like the Flame Sweeps and the food package. I went to Diamond yesterday on it with only 2 losses. Nice. Think I'd rather have an elf here on one. Pierce me, daddy.
Even if I hunt into the single ring, the sky is my domain.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the artworks on deck boxes. Yeah, you need to set the deck to historic. So if you're not seeing historic cards in the editor, it's because your deck's not set to historic. There's a format where you can define what format your deck is. And you can choose traditional historic as an option.
And it will offer resistance.
When you create the deck, there's a drop down on the center left side. This is a good example of why Mu can be kind of middling. We at least have Elf to finish him off.
My plan is crystallizing.
Twins can often seem a little bit out of place with what this deck is doing overall, but one of the reasons why Twins are so good in this deck is because they allow us to filter through the large amounts of mana that we're playing. Our deck is playing 10 mana dorks and 24 lands, which means you are going to be prone to flooding. Looks like another Nexus matchup.
What is my strategy?
Prone to flooding, he says. The first strike trample is also very good with Questing Beast. Agree with that. And again, like I said, I think this deck's probably good against a lot of these Reclamation decks, but, you know, it's Magic, so you still have to play the games. See if we get another turn here. Game 1, we are basically just on the pure race plan. We don't have any, interaction in our deck. I would wonder if Nexus is even going to be that popular. We'll see. Like, I think a lot of these Nexus decks are going to have a really hard time with Mono Red. Like, Nexus had a hard time with Mono Red before they got Bone Crusher Giant, and Bone Crusher Giant lets you ignore Fog. So, like, both Bone Crusher Giant and Questing Beast are huge upgrades for decks that, like, were having a hard time in matchups like this previously, that give them very good tools for closing things out. Do I want Aether Gust against a Bant version? I'm not sure. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's just like 4 stroke in, 4 wolf out. Kinda don't hate that. How does Trample work against indestructible creatures? You have to assign what would be lethal damage. So if you have Death Touch, you have to assign 1 point. If you don't, you have to assign damage equal to the creature's toughness. Temur is dead. Long live Temur Oko. If I wanted to play this in Standard, what do you think you replace once? I don't think this deck's playable in Standard. I'd recommend playing Historic. Without Oko, this deck's not good enough. Without once, you don't have mana dorks on 1 often enough. Okie doke. Little bit late there, Mr. Grazer. A little bit late. I agree. Just like I said about Pioneer, I think if they manage Historic well and they give it real support, I think Historic is going to be very, very popular. Popular. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Come on, green source. Well, I mean, I guess that lets me smack him. Maybe because they were holding up Veto, I was supposed to lead on Mu last turn. It's very possible. I think Smuggler's Copter should be banned in Pioneer. I think something should be banned out of the mono black deck. Grixis draw 2. Will do Kaiser.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
I am not making this up as I go. I hope you have a fog in your hand.
It's not poison. Trust me.
Do I send the Grazer at Teferi as an insurance plan? I feel like I'm supposed to. I might have just given up 3 points of damage there. Yeah, I guess this is bad, because I had lethal next turn if I hit them, right? I don't know. They just have so many different things that prevent me from having lethal next turn anyways. Yeah, like this.
I know my responsibility.
Yeah, I agree, extras. I would prefer a format that's managed enough that that Thoughtseize isn't necessary. I would like to see Thoughtseize not be legal in Pioneer.
Surely you see the humor here.
How? You know what? Maybe this is wrong, because now they get to time wipe me. And I don't have lethal next turn. I think it was wrong. I think I should have just made another food that turn. I think I should have played the Questing Beast and made another food. I think and it's important in moments like that to like acknowledge that my play was still wrong, I think, even though we didn't get punished for it. Like that's one of those things you really need to like, it's tough to do as a Magic player sometimes to be like, oh, I won the game, so like my choices were pretty good. When like a lot of the times like there's plenty of mistakes even when you win the game. Settle the Wreckage. Yeah, that's a real card. This opponent is almost certainly playing that card. Probably one of the upsides to gaining weight is Sweeper effects. Put a mulligan to 5. Welcome to my party. Do 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 sneep papa keep papa do 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 do. That is an ABBA song for people wondering what song I'm humming there. Shoop papa, troop papa, do 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 do. Do 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 do. Am I okay running into Veto? I feel like I'm okay running into Veto.
The wind whispers secrets. All you
Am I excited for Frozen 2 this weekend? That's not one that my kids are into. They don't have a third land. Papi! Stroke me, daddy. Crunch.
to victory.
Do not give them time to stumble. Crush them. I'm pretty happy with this. I don't think I have any changes to make here. The mana was pretty clean. The couple of beacons felt good. Getting some nice buddy lands rounded out some of the green mana sources that we had, casting these consistently. Having a couple more mana dorks felt pretty good. I don't know if Brontodon is necessary, honestly. Like, I would have to play the Reclamation matchup a bunch to figure that out, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if just, like, Strokes and Aether Gust are correct. I think my biggest takeaway was that I feel like my split on mana creatures was correct here. Grazer and Goose, I think, are definitely better than Llanowar Elves. I think if the format pivots towards being more control or combo-centric, Llanowar Elves is maybe a little bit better, but in a world where people are playing, like, Mardu Knights and Mono Red with some consistency, I think Grazer is the superior mana dork to Llanowar Elves. Like, having a dork that ramps you even when it dies, then blocks profitably for your planeswalkers is big game in the aggro matchups. So, I think I'm pretty happy with this, and this is the 75 we're going to start with on the website when I put up some historic decks this weekend. All right, what are we doing next? We got, is it Mardu Knights? Speaking of people playing Mardu Knights, I'm going to hit a quick ad roll and get this updated on the stream deck or everywhere else. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Hope you're having a wonderful search your weekend wherever you are in the world.